All right, welcome back. Today we're actually going to finally uh, set up our liquid templates. So what we've done so far is we've built the template interface, so we can build the templates. We've built the interface for being able to preview them and then select it. But right now it's just injecting the actual template itself, not any of the properly parsed and formatted information inside of it. So today we're actually going to set up the liquid gem. We're going to build the context around that's going to be used to when we send out the when we preview and send out the email. And if we have time, we'll also look at doing some of the styling to make it actually be modal instead of being garbage just being spewed up on the screen. So that's the game plan for today. All right, so to get started, so where we are right now, let's actually go and make this another template, and we're going to make this actually have some liquid in it. So if we say best ever, but we want this to maybe be upcase. So this is going to test having the liquid template work without having any data and context put into it. So we'll do that. So if I go over to the people and go add email and with another template, it's just spitting that out. So that's no good. All right. So let's set up the liquid gem. So so we install it just by doing gem liquid. So we can do bundle add liquid and actually add this to our bundle, and we are gonna want to restart the server. So for this we do template, it parses the template, and then we spit out the results of that template. Now we could do this directly inside. So if we go to so if we went to the email templates previews show, we could do this the bad way by doing something like subject template. So technically, and I don't really think about this too much, but we could actually be supporting liquid in the subject and in the body, and that would let us do stuff where you do like the subject is hi name or something like that, or name, check out the latest promotion or something along those lines. So in here we could do something like liquid template parse, and this is going to be parsing email template dot subject, and we could do the body template to be body, and then down here right now, because we're not doing anything with any of the context, we could do subject template dot what was it, render. And we're not passing any data, so we just do something along those lines. So if we do that, and I do best body ever, so that's working. So that's great. Now, I don't like this. It's kind of ugly and nasty. So what I actually want to do is I want to build a separate thing here. So I think I want to make a email template preview or something like that. That's actually a thing. So so if I go in here, I can make a new folder for email templates. I expect this is a place where we're gonna have a lot of stuff, so I'm actually gonna put in here into a actual module. So we're gonna call this preview. So we'll do a module email template class preview. Actually, sorry, this should be templates preview. All right, so for this, we're going to have an initializer, and this is how I'll take in the template. And I might need to access this for some reason, so I'll make an add a reader for it. Okay, so in here, I'm just going to do def subject, def body. So in here, I can basically do the same thing in here. I can do the subject template dot render and the body template dot render. Now those obviously don't exist, so I'm going to probably just be a private thing. So we've got our subject template, and we'll say that the subject, I don't expect to really be needing to reuse these. We'll see, but we'll do and that's going to be using the email template.subject and basically have the whole same setup for the body. All right. So if we do that, then we actually want to be able to pull this in, and we're going to do our at email preview dot subject is how we want to call this. And that means we need to correct the controller. Email template previews. So in here we actually want our what do you say, email preview? Email preview equals email preview dot new email template. And I just want to make sure that doesn't get passed in as into the template itself. Okay. So if I go back over here, ooh. Nope, I need to use the email templates, email preview. All right, so add email, email template, another template, email template, email preview. I just want to have a preview. Yeah, I usually, when there's a thing that's inside of a module, I usually don't. I try and not do like email template preview. Like it gets gross and wordy. So this can just be an email template preview. So email template, another template, best subject body ever, perfect. And actually, if I go into here and go to another template and I do a new subject, I can do the same thing and use this filter. And if I go back in, that should now be in all uppercase subject. Great. So all of that is now working. All right. Okay. Now, the thing is I'm missing in here is I want to be able to have the context for it. So for another subject, I could go in here and I'm going to say, I can go in here and say, I don't know, get in touch, Bob. That's kind of thing I'm looking for. So what we'll do here instead is we'll go get in touch, person dot given name. And down here, I'm going to say kind of the same type of thing. I'm going to say, hi, person dot given name, contact me. And we'll say that this is from sender dot given name, which doesn't even exist on the model. So that's going to be fun. So let's update that template. Let's go over here and get in touch something, hi something, contact me. All right, so seeing a few things. First off, the template is not respecting new lines. We want to do something for that. And for the get in touch, so we're not getting the context for this. So for the preview, we need to have in here the template plus a context, which I'll just say is nothing for now. And if we look at the info, we can see it just has in here render that has that context. All right, so that's good, but we need to make sure that we're passing in that context. So and I'll just build it right here. So we're gonna say person is going to be at record dot to liquid, and sender is going to be current user dot to liquid. Actually, I think it should be maybe current membership. You might be associated with a bunch of different companies, so we don't want to give out the current membership has all of your per account information, so what your name is and all that kind of stuff, because you might want to be John. In my case, I might be John for one account, but Jonathan from another, or maybe one's more professional, one's more casual, I don't know. So do something like that, and we'll do context. So here, this should yell at me pretty good. Now, are we... Yeah, so we're not putting in here any, sorry, you're not looking at what I'm looking at. We're not putting in any information here for that record. So for this, we want to be doing, and I can never remember the lookup key. All right, so we want to pass in that record, so we're going to be grabbing that record there, and then we're getting our current membership. Okay. So that's all good. We're not passing in this record though, so that's a problem. So if we go to the email picker, for each one, we're going to get that, and we are going to want to pass in our record. To assign global ID, and do we have a record though? Email template pickers controller, we don't. So if I take a look at this email template picker, okay, so I am bringing that record in. So we just want to make sure that it kind of flows through then. Okay, so we grab that record and keep it in here. That means that it's now available in the template. So if I go down to the template picker, we now have that record, so we can do that to the SGID. All right, so that's good. I'd have to check for performance. This might be worth pulling out and doing something instead of processing that every single time, but whatever. We'll do this for now. Okay, so we have all of our records, and that looks good. The show here, okay, this might work, and we'll see. So refresh, new email, use email template. Let's check these links. So we do have that big record chunk, good. If I click on, now we should get a my toLiquid error. Person.toLiquid, great. Okay, so the reason that I did this as kind of a toLiquid on the thing itself is because eventually this is going to have the people, it's going to have the current user, it's going to have and it's going to have the companies and all kinds of stuff. So this gives us a little bit of flexibility there. So I'm going to do a kind of a stupid implementation at first, but I'm going to do we'll have room to clean it up. So in here we'll just do full name is full name, given name is given name, and that's all we're going to do for here. And on our membership, I'm going to say given name is going to be user.email, and that's all we're going to have on here for now. It's kind of a bit anemic, but that's all right. And I didn't do that right. It's in the preview. No, sorry, it's in the previews controller. I'm actually just trying to remember. I don't know if this is going to work through it properly. We'll see. All right. So let's go to John. Let's go add email, use template, another email, and it doesn't work. All right. Just to check. If I do that, still not coming through. And if I go to another template in here, I'm just going to go and do person. All right, so it's getting full name, given name. All right, so it likes those to be actual string hashes. Person. So I'll do that. And set the user email. Get in touch, John. Hi, John. Contact me. admin@example.com. Booyah. All right. Those look like they're functioning properly. All right. Let's go back over to the previews controller and go to the preview. Okay. Let me think. I don't know. Liquid. well, okay, so that I think was all working well for all the liquid stuff. And that's all wired in properly. So then if I go use email template, we can see, hi John, contact me admin. Okay, so it actually is pulling in the, it's the well, there's a few things to think about there. Okay, so let's do a few things to now clean stuff up. So this now will go in here, and we'll say that we're pretty happy with this. All right, so add context to email template previews. Okay, so let's clean up a few things. So this new email pop-up, it doesn't have the proper icon there. So if we go to the new email form, nope. So this could be the new.turbo stream. Okay, so this is part of the panel. It's the problem. So if we go to views, components, panel, actually I could go to the alert because I want to grab this. Okay, so in the panel, we've got our close, and this is going to be doing a X mark, and it's not green. In case you didn't see this, helpers gives us access to the normal view helpers. So we're going to be using the inline SVG tag to grab the Heroicon icon that we're looking for. So if we close this, open it again, it still doesn't work. So this is going to be screen reader only. What are you doing here? You're not giving it to me. Let's refresh this. Do I need to? All right. So this is spitting out raw HTML, which it Flex is smart enough to not let come out because that would be a problem, except that is okay in this case. So yeah, so we just want to put the unsafe raw in here. That way it will actually allow that to go out. So that's better. Okay, so this modal is not very modally, so let's take care of that. So we go to Tailwind UI, components, and modal. I'm just going to grab something like that. Okay, so we are going to be looking at the email template picker. All right, what does this give me for a modal? Lots of stuff. Okay. For right now, I'm not worried about that. All right, so we need all of this to be indented to here. Let's move it up. Okay. All right, so this is a modal true, blah, 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 fixed, flex. We're going to replace this with that SVG. Because I didn't see what the tag was. Oops. So that's going to be an outline check. Okay. So we're not going to be having, so looking at the preview, we're not going to have the, actually we're not going to have that checkbox at the top. Payment successful is not going to be a thing that we're showing. So we can lose all that. And we're not going to be showing the button. So this is kind of our raw modal here. Okay. So that means we can grab this stuff and stick it inside of here. All right, let's see if that is set up right. Add email, use email template. All right. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking for. All right, so let's do a few things. So if you click in here, we want to do a data action equals remove close. No, sorry, movable remove. So add email template, click out here, and it's not working. Fixed inset 0. Okay, that's because it needs to be on this. All right, add email template, click out here, and that's still not working. Let me see what's going on here. So we have removable controller, we have we have the fixed inset remove, and that's laying over top of it. That's laying over top of it, and then we actually have our modal inside of this. Okay. So really I want to do that one there is what we're clicking on. Add email template. Why are you still not? So it says getting a small. Because I can still come in here, use template, and remove it, so that is working right. Fixed and modal title. My email preview show, and it is removable. I'm not typoing this, am I? And just make sure they're not disabling any of the JavaScript, the click action items justified, etc. And then it's going into the inner one. That's really weird. Oh, geez. Data action. And I actually want to try and bring this back up to here. So email template, click. Okay. Because, all right. Data action, remove. Well, now I just feel stupid. What's going on here? Data action, removable, remove. Data action. Yep. Data action, removable, remove. Yep, I'm not doing anything wrong there. That's weird. I'm gonna put on everything. See if this does. Then I can figure out what when I need to actually put this on. No, so that's not working on any of them. Okay. I feel kind of stupid. I don't know what's going on there. That should be working. Anyways, I'll come back to it. Okay, so in here I actually want to have a title. Do any of these give kind of a title-y? Yeah, I don't mind the style on these. All right, we'll copy that over, and so we're gonna want to put. Actually, I don't really like a lot of some of the spacing on this. Let's. I'm missing having my full-size screen. Okay. What kind of gap are they doing on this? Only 2. That seems small. Huh. All right. Well, that's what they're doing. I'll take it for now. All right. So in here we'll go with a margin bottom 2. One thing to note: this has an ID modal title of I don't know, pick email template. And this ID that's being set here, this is actually used by the area modal, sorry, the area labeled by. So that's just nice accessibility, which a lot of which Tailwind UI has a lot of stuff for that built in out of the box, which is great. All right. So for this email template preview, email template preview show, number frame template. I'm going to throw a class of, I don't know, merge top 4. So that spacing is a little bit better. I still think it feels like its margins are padding is a bit high. Email template, so we're not getting a gap there. Why are we not getting a gap there? Template. I thought I'd put TurboFrame tag, email template preview, email template preview, class margin top 4. All right, I'm not crazy. Let's see if it's maybe caching it. Email template, my email template, it is not caching it. Why are you not getting a class on there? Well, that works, but I actually think I want to do it a little bit differently. Do margin top 4. Let's do a margin bottom 2. Let's do a border, red 400. Just make sure that it's all tied in. So let's do border top. So it's a single line, cool. And why is that not going red? That should be. Border red. I don't think that do border top. Oh, I know why. So I'm not rebuilding the JavaScript and it's not reloading the Java or the CSS. So Tailwind kind of is purging those. So there we go. But I actually don't. I just did that to make sure that it was working. So I'll do something like a gray 400 to see what that looks like. Let's do less than that. Let's do. Are we going all the way down to 100? Let's see. Yeah, something like that I think is reasonable. I gotta tighten it up though. And again, reload. I haven't used margin Y2 before. Now that this link isn't very linky looking, so let's make that look. Do I have one here? Primary. I don't remember if I set one up. A lot of times I'll set up a few style sheets for, yeah, no. So I do not have a global button style, which is fine. I like this kind of small one here, so that's what we'll use. Oof. I hate the size of it though. That's the one pain with I really need to pull that out. So use email template. And beautiful. That is working. Actually, while I'm doing that edit, I already put the X over there properly. I'm going to actually go to the email, new. No, that's the panel that I had changed. Um, just think how I want to set that up. For right now, we're just going to make this wider. H3, are we doing anything that's setting the size of this? On the top, large background, white shadow. Close button yield self. That's the whole template. Template close button. All right. So I actually want to put a. I probably want to put like a. All right, fixed inset 0 bottom, so it's flex. So it's going to try and take as little space as possible. So what I want to actually be doing, so that's not actually doing much of anything. So in here, I want this to be width full. But I probably want to put a max width. I don't know. I always forget the kind of the feel of the different sizes. Width. Make it a full. Why are not getting bigger? Okay, so what I actually will probably want to do in here then is not do that. I want to do a width, I don't know. I'd like this to be, I don't know, a 4XL and a max width full. I think that should work. But apparently not. What is the Tailwind CSS? So in here, let's check the docs for width. And no, they do it that way, right? I don't know. What's width 80 look like? Width 80. It looks like it's ignored. That's what it looks like. So width 80 is not very big. Even yeah, so now looking at their previews down here, 96. I don't know. I want them bigger than that. I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay. All right, so that, another template. Yep. Looks good. Oop. Yeah, so another thing that'd be nice to do is have this auto scale, or actually give it a min height or something. So there's some styling on the text box that I'm going to want to be doing. I'm going to want to carry a general button component, because this will be annoying to have to deal with this constantly and put those huge long list of classes, because I don't even think that these necessarily match. No, well, yeah, pretty close. But the main thing is the liquid template. It works. It's spitting in here. So let's go and drop CRMmy. Let's send that. And all right, let me do a quick test. And boom, that did work. So that went through properly. And it does say get in touch, John. So that subject's working as well. So that's perfect. So we have working liquid syntax tags to be able to customize, do that kind of that mail merge, and bring the information over. So that's working properly for doing that. Now it's styled in modal, so that way it's okay. It needs some work, but it has kind of the frame is in, the foundation's in place. So there's always room for improved UI and UX stuff. So I have room for improvements. All right. Well, with that working, I think we'll probably be working on a few of those improvements for the next time. Actually, let me look at my. What are you doing? That was weird. So, just looking at my. All right, so we're using the liquid and templates. That works. Replacements in the helper email editor. That works. So next time I'm looking to do a few improvements around the email editor. So being able to import references when you do the email import. If you have that working, it means that you can do replies, and they actually will keep that thread. Just maintain that thread between the whole thing. I actually did set this up on a live test server, so it's actually not running just on my own local machine. It's actually running on a Linode server. So I'm doing that for my own test purpose. So I'm actually going to be looking to set up the Sidekick helper that will actually be able to run background jobs. With that, we'll be able to schedule and have those kind of refresh an email automatically going on in the background as well, which means that we'll be getting that constant import. So that's going to be probably one of the next things that we'll be looking to tackle. But the other thing that we're looking to improve is having your to and from. That way you can do drop downs that will say this is going to, and then having a drop down where you can select which of the email addresses. So if you have multiple email addresses, or if you have multiple email addresses in the system, you can say which one you're going to be sending it from. So you'll be able to kind of dynamically set the to and from, and then looking at CCs and BCCs. So we're probably going to keep the editor pretty close kind of where it is right now, but that kind of gets that major kind of foundational framework in place. All right,